our Quran cannot be changed to suit the situation as it is. As our leader has just put it clear, we are not segregating these children at all. What God requires of us is to discourage such a behavior from a human being. Because if you allow that rule to go the way they have put it, that means we have allowed everybody to continue doing that, having these children in that manner, which is a sin, which is really a sin, because our teachings are very clear, and now we are put my complaint to that effect, because I'm representing the county, and I believe my regional coordinator will take it up with the national chairman of SUPCAM to make sure this situation is addressed clearly so that the judiciary may understand, because we cannot allow this to continue. The teachings of the Quran cannot be changed, because we shall be forced to rewrite the Quran to suit it. I sympathize with him because I have noticed that he has lost control over his ego. Whenever he says a word, he says it, or he decides with a lot of firmness that he's not ready to change. He is becoming rude to the people he's ruling. Even I suspect even his advisors are embarrassed. They don't know what to do. I don't believe they have advised him to go to that extent of building a church at the State House. Just as our RC Namlev has put it, if a Muslim or a Hindu takes over the country as a president, automatically something will have to be done. Either he demolishes that church or he builds a Hindu church there. So on and so forth. All other denominations would want to see their churches at the State House. What this is going to cause, it is going to cause a lot of disconnect. Watu hawatapendana, whereas, as I put it earlier, we are running interfaith organizations, programs to see that people wasitarawaliane ati wewe huyu Waislamu hawa nini. Ukiweka church kama State House, itaharibu hii mpango ambayo tunafanya kuleta urafiki katikati ya Waislamu na Wakristo. Just as I started by saying, I sympathize with him, because the best thing that can be done is just to stop where it is now. You should not start building it. Because the moment he sees sense that he has made a mistake, it will be too late to reverse the decision. So I pray, and we Muslims, I ask all Muslims and Christians to pray for our head of state to revise the idea, because it is not going to help Kenyans. That will be the beginning a lot of unfriendliness amongst churches or mosques. It will not happen at all. Na mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu haitafaa. Mungu hawezi kufanywa. You cannot bribe God. No matter how expensive the church you may put there, at a very expensive church, na huku haufanyi watu wake wa Mungu mazuri yale Mungu anataka. Mungu will not.
Our position on the ruling as Muslims. While we respect the Kenyan legal system and acknowledge the judiciary's role in upholding constitutional rights, we must respectfully and firmly assert that Islamic inheritance law, which we call Faraid, is a matter of religious doctrine, not personal opinion or civil rights subject to reinterpretation through secular lenses. Our children born out of wedlock, according to Islamic law, do not inherit from the biological father unless legitimate marriage, we call nikah, existed between the parents. This position is not based on discrimination, but on divine wisdom that upholds the sanctity of marriage and family structure in Islam. Our remedies for children born out of wedlock: Islam does not advocate cruelty or neglect. These children are innocent and must be treated with compassion, dignity, and care. Therefore, we propose the following remedies. Number one, establishment of work funds. That means that wealthy Muslim individuals and institutions should set up charitable endowments to support the education, welfare, and well-being of such children. Number two, voluntary gifts, which we call wasiya. Fathers who wish to support these children can allocate up to 1/3 of their property, in this case estate, through a wasiya or will, as permitted in Islam. And number three, social support programs. We urge our Muslim charities and county level organizations to design support programs specifically tailored for vulnerable children in our communities, regardless of their background. Now, the role of the government in upholding Islamic ethics. We call upon the government of Kenya, and specifically the Qadhi's Court and the relevant ministry, to, one, respect the autonomy of Islamic personal law as enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution under Article 170, and ensure it remains untouched by civil reinterpretation. Number two, enhance the role of Qadhi's courts by expanding their jurisdiction, resources, and authority in matters of inheritance, marriage, and family according to Islamic jurisprudence. And three, support faith-based initiatives to educate the Muslim community in fi al-mawarid, that is Islamic inheritance jurisprudence, so families can plan and distribute estates properly, appropriately, and within the bounds of Sharia. A call to our Muslim community. Let us not lose sight of our divine path due to legal shifts. Let us instead strengthen our resolve to live by the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah, which guide us not only in matters of worship, but in our family structures, ethics, and financial dealings. Let us work with compassion, but remain grounded in Islamic legal principles. Let us ensure that our daughters, sons, and widows, including the orphans, receive their dues, exactly as Allah has decreed, no more, no less. In conclusion, as NAMLEF and Western leaders, we will continue to advocate for a just, faithful, and compassionate application of Islamic law in Kenya. We urge our community to come together with unity, with integrity, and with faith as we face these new societal challenges. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide our hearts, protect our ummah, and grant us the strength to uphold the truth with wisdom and grace. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We should stand up and say that mtu asizae mtoto nje ya ndoa. This is not something you can say that this is for Muslims. Because without doing that, we are going to create chaos in the societies. So, we call upon the Supreme Court, hata kama haiwezi badilisha, lakini in the future this thing should be changed. Number two, uamuzi huu wa Supreme Court unaonyesha kwamba kuna haja ya mabadiliko. There is a need to do a change in the law whereby the Qadhi's court becomes final. We cannot have a case that started in the Qadhi's court only to reach at its apex for somebody with whatever reasons decides to change course and go to the other court so that it's nullified. Something has to be done so that Kadhi's court is of finality, because it doesn't make sense. A judge who didn't listen to this case from its inception to come all of a sudden at the end of the case, at the tail of the case, to make a ruling that is contrary to what was done. Number three, it should be put in mind to the judges and those of people of goodwill that Muslims are not abandoning their belief in their God. Just the way the Christians believe in God, we are also not abandoning, irrespective. The law that a child born out of wedlock is not going to inherit, it will remain, whether we like it or not. It's something that is going to remain. So the better, the earlier we accept, so that tuache Waislamu vile wamekubaliwa kuendesha Kadhi's court na sheria zao, waendelee, because it's something they're not going to change just because a Supreme Court has made a decision. The other thing is, this is a very bad sign. To us as Muslim leaders, we don't see this as a good signal, especially when it comes at a time when a head of state who is a symbol of unity, decides to put up a church in a state house. What will happen tomorrow if me, Kasim, becomes the president of this country? Because I've not lost hope. If I become the president of this country, will I turn the church into a mosque? Or what will happen? So when such things happen, they send wrong signals to a country that is united, a country that see each other as brothers. We share so many resources in the country. So we really call upon those who are in charge to look into this matter and do what is necessary. Remember, my dear brothers and sisters, peace comes with justice. You cannot claim that you want peace, people to stay in peace, and at the same time, you are not giving justice to the people whom you lead. So justice is very paramount for us to have peace. Another thing that maybe the judge may not have considered, who knows if somebody says that this is my child or wedlock, who knows that this is your child? Nana anajua, unless we go and do DNA. Because huu ni mpango umefanywa nje ya ndoa, kuna possibility kwamba pia mwanaume mwingine alienda na huyu mama pia nje ya ndoa. So you claim that unaleta mtoto nje ya ndoa kwa marriage yako, there are high possibilities kwamba huyu mtoto sio wa ndoa. Kwa hivyo hii uamuzi, sisi kama Waislamu, we say no to it, a big no. We don't agree with it. Then, as I finish my speech, to the Muslim men, remember very well the way that our Prophet ﷺ has actually taught every Muslim, don't go to sleep, never go to your bed before you write down your will. It's an encouragement that we should put down our will. Tuandike yale ambayo tunajua kwamba yanaweza tatiza. Pengine uko na mahali, andika chini. Uko na mtoto mahali, so that in a situation kwamba you die abruptly, watu watatumia hiyo will kujua kwamba yes, it is true, such a thing has happened.